Take my hand as we cross the threshold. The time of duality is done. My beloved friends, let go as you take my hand and you walk with me over the threshold and out of the world, as you enter the realm of the heart and realize that you are pure love. Let go of everything that you have believed you are other than God. When I say you have crossed the threshold, I mean that the time of duality is done. That humankind has made the decision en masse to remember, and now nothing else is possible. So from this point, what is clear is the pure light of unlimited consciousness and the majestic love that is the truth of this being that we share. Soon every illusion shall be gone. Any identity that was based in fear, any perception of being separate from the one, this one life, this pure love, this glory that embraces life and can do nothing else. It is a great turn, a magnificent one, unprecedented in the whole of the cosmos. That a consciousness that could be facing so far away that it could believe it wasn't God could turn and embrace the truth. Remember the love, say yes. This is what has occurred. And now the only thing left to be done is to drop the false identities of the dream of separation. Deep in your core, you have always remembered that love is your true nature, that there really is nothing else, and that this love is universal, that it is the life that beats each heart. It is the consciousness that makes every decision. It is the movement of life toward greater life, love toward ever greater love. It is the expansion of the universe, the awakening of the Creator, and it is what is living here as humanity. And now this awareness becomes fully conscious. This is an exciting time, and I am here not to lead the way, but to point you back to your own great truth and to help you realize that your every move, your every breath, your every heartbeat is the life of God being lived here as you. There is only one life, and it is real and magnificent. Quickly now you will discover that this great, great heart is that which lives in you. That as you move, truly it is God moving. And as you love, it is God being love. And as you live, it is fearless and total embrace of life that is pure ecstasy, totally exhilarating and absolutely never-ending. The lie of fear is ending, and all the ways it has kept you from life, kept you from running forth with completely open heart to embrace the glory of every moment, to dive right into each experience. Like the dolphin swimming in the ocean, completely supported by our Creator and totally part of Him and her. It is the Creator that looks through your eyes, and it is pure love that pulses through your heart. And it is the urge of love to expand itself that brings you here to serve the awakening of this precious heart of God that is humanity. So every step you take now, you will be shedding old identities, dropping outworn concepts of what it means to be alive, releasing false ideas of histories, personalities, stories of the illusion that you have cherished in the past. Because now you know that you are this magnificent love, that it rises forth from the core of your being and totally worships the truth of life. That you are God's prayer of thanksgiving, and that it is this prayer that makes you manifest to greet each conscious heart in acknowledgement of what is real, the acknowledgement of love. As you see yourself in everything, you see your real self, indivisible, the self that sees through millions of eyes, the self that beats in joy through billions of hearts, that reaches through innumerable hands to embrace and to urge all life forth into a greater expression of love and joy. This is who you are, and this is the stage of humanity's awakening now. Past the threshold, stepping into heaven, awakening into unified conscious and love, dropping quickly restrictive ideas, identities, and limiting persuasions of thought until it is universal consciousness here and universal love moving as you. Not through you, my dear friends, but as you. And suddenly you are creation burning. You are the very fires of real love burning through illusions of duality effortlessly, and reaching out heart and hands to greet the rest of the great I Am, and to celebrate the emerging of the truth of love. I am so honored to be here with you now. I step forth as an individuated identity just for you, that you might perceive that we have this ability now, that we can live the whole that God lives us, and yet we can be like an arrow pointing, the focus of a unique heart, the expression of an aspect of love that is yours to hold eternally, while yet knowing your united self. These are concepts that might touch the mind and seem inspiring, but they are the living truth of the heart, and this is the reality of love that could barely be perceived even 2 decades ago. And now it is embraced by so many that it is becoming the common mode of consciousness and communication for those who are in service to love. You are ever this arrow pointing to a unique expression of love, the focus point of the great I Am, expressing an aspect of its holographic self. And yet you also can never feel the hologram itself living and loving as you. At first, as we embrace this time together, it might seem difficult to sort out the old identities, to recognize the unlimited visage of the Creator as He or She lives as you. It may still seem for a little while that you are this limited self, this personality, this body subject to physical rules. But the turn has already been made, and that which I prepared for you through my experience on the cross is yours to step into easily without any difficult demonstrations. It is simply the turn and the opening, the yes, that recognize that what seemed to be a limited self is actually God living perfectly as you. The more this is felt, the more it is experienced. The more it is embraced wholeheartedly, the easier it is to live in this expanded consciousness that feels and hears and loves it all. Completely aware of every form of communication between every expression of God life, the communication with the delightful expressions of life that is nature, and the communication or communion with animals, with devas, angels, nature spirits, the whole array that brings to earth the totality of the life expression that you are ready to acknowledge. You are part of a wonderful tapestry in which all are absolutely necessary to the beauty of the whole, and the whole encompasses what seems to be the parts until the harmonics of the song of the cosmos are perfectly alive within you, interwoven, singing together. There are many ways of expressing this, but in all you can feel the reality of love. Does it mean that you cease to exist? No, never. But it does mean that that which sees itself as separate from life will fade away. That which has been born in resistance to love will disappear, will be transformed, and it will be effortless until what remains is the shining heart of God. So bright, so powerful, so indescribably magnificent, that the fiery rays of Creator love meet each other, and the experience of love truly is holographic. That each and every one of you not only embrace, but can feel each other deep within your own being. You already know that words cannot contain this. You also know that we are on the way to this unification of consciousness, this awakening of love that is the next phase for humanity. My life in the past was a demonstration that the idea of death is not real, isn't valid. Your lives, my friends, are a demonstration that the idea of separation of any form from the Creator's love is also not only not valid, but it is impossible. And therefore it is time to live as love and to be the Creator's celebration of life. The only way that you can experience this shift is to come into the center beyond the slide of time. The return to the place of peace and silence that is opening of this door into universal consciousness. This requires conscious choice, and I am here that we might all assist each other to remember this timeless place of the heart's reality, what you often call the now moment. So what is before you is to step out of your old identities of less than perfect love, to take off the costumes that you've worn, the roles you've played, the thoughts you believed, and to become open and receptive to being the observer of God moving as you beyond all perceived barriers. When you do come into this now moment, you have complete access to the whole of life, to absolutely everything that is happening, every choice that is made, every story that's been lived. But most of all, to the intricate and glorious matrix of love that is the underpinning of the outreach of the Creator. This is what brings you into communion with all things and makes you ready to be moved by love, that love may live the world in your heart. One of the ways that I serve you is to see you as you truly are, which is what I've always done in my service to humanity. This is what has allowed the experience around me of dramatic healings and moving beyond the seeming laws of the physical world. And I am here to continuously remind you that everything is possible when you move as love. The laws of gravity do not apply, only the laws of freedom and love. Stay present in the now moment and you will be shown what you need to step out of. Do it as the love, live it as God's awakening. Embrace it wholeheartedly, which means embrace it as the heart of humanity, and hold firm to this vibration of wholeness, regardless of what the eyes seem to see or the mind continues to say. And as you focus on the truth, you hold the vibration of real love, and from that resonance can emerge the wondrous experience of the heart of God. It is beyond my ability to use words to describe this sweep of its scope, the power of its reality. Be prepared to be astounded as you begin to live the holographic reality. The dance of divine streams of consciousness creating new patterns of love that are everywhere blessed, and for a little while manifesting as the world of wholeness and beauty. This cusp, this turn can be perceived as difficult. But if we take each other's hands, acknowledge that our hearts are linked, clear the way for the divine to make itself known as all of us, then what appears as ever more beautiful, ever greater experiences of being God. God acknowledging his or her unified consciousness and wondrous love. I am meant to be your guide through this changing time, as I have been already for so long. So my dearest friends, come to me. Invite me to assist you. Join your hearts with mine to experience your truth, and let us go forward together to shine, to celebrate and to live as gratitude and as the Creator's love right now. So be it.